Hello everybody, Raven Knight here, and welcome back to another monthly update video. We're entering the month of March, guys, and this month promises to be very interesting for myself and my brother. There's a lot of updates I want to go over, and I want to try to keep this video under 30 minutes if I can, because I tend to get long-winded, and I'm trying to fix that. But before we can get into the updates and all the important stuff going on, I want to take this opportunity to thank all of you. Because, guys, as of the recording of this video, I just broke 36,000 subscribers. Guys, when I started this channel, I didn't think I'd make 10,000 subscribers, let alone 36,000. So I'm so thankful and so excited for this. But here's the crazy thing, guys. Y'all are so awesome and so supportive of me that I know we can go even further. So my goal for this year is to reach 40,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I know we can do it. Only got 4,000 subscribers left to go. Guys, we can do this. I know we can. I'm so excited about it. Please go out there and support the channel as best you can. Tell your friends, get them to subscribe. It'll be awesome. If you haven't subscribed, do so now. Get that big red button at the bottom. Please do so. Would really, really appreciate it. But if you want to support in other ways, there are other ways to do it, and I will be telling you all about that right now. I do have a Patreon page, guys, actually. There's a link for that in the description. You can go there and donate up to $1 a month. I know it doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it would mean a whole lot to me. So definitely check that out. Would love for you guys to be donators on Patreon. I'm trying to make Patreon more worthwhile to be a part of, and I'll think of a way to do that. But if you want to get some merch out of the deal, something direct, I have a Teespring store where you can buy some awesome Raven Lord merch, among other things. Some of the merchandise is scrolling across the screen now. You can get a mug, shirt, towel, blanket, sweatpants, hoodies, backpacks. There's a lot of stuff there. I don't even remember all of it off the top of my head. But definitely go check it out. There's a lot of great stuff. Would love for you guys to donate and get some awesome stuff out of the deal. Would really appreciate any support y'all could offer. It means the world to me. But if you want to support me in another way, I have a second channel that y'all could subscribe to. That's right, many of you don't know this, but I have a second channel called The Raven's Writing Room, which is dedicated to my writing material. I'm a novelist, guys. I have written books. I've published 2 books, and I want to continue improving my writing and getting better and better. So all of my writing material goes on that channel, and any writing material that is on this channel is in the process of being relocated to that new channel. Please make sure you subscribe. The channel hasn't been doing very well lately. It has 1,000 subscribers, but it doesn't have a whole lot of viewership. Would love for you guys to check it out. There's some awesome stuff there you may not know about. For example, we got Death's Diary, which is basically the diary of the Angel of Death. Like, what would he write about? We have the Raven's Writing Room series, which is where I give you guys my advice on how to improve your writing and writing skills. We have the Raven Lord lore videos, which is basically where I break down my Raven Lord character and his world and his background and that whole story that me and Lark have been working on for a very long time. In fact, Lark used that world for a D&D campaign. Isn't that crazy? And it went very well from his own admission. We have a Journey to the West audio reading, which, granted, I put aside for a little while because I had other things to worry about, but I plan to come back to it, hopefully this month. We also have a Bible study series. For those of you guys who want to enrich yourselves in the Bible, I have been going through the book of Romans. We just finished that. We're about to start the life of David. I do that every Sunday on that channel. It'll be awesome. We have story sharing, which is basically where, hey, I've written stories and short stories and novels. I share with you guys basically what I've written, how I wrote it, what it inspired me to do, what lessons I learned from it, and what it could inspire you to do. I have the Troy and Frost series, which is a long-running story between myself and my buddy Jay about a detective noir story taking place in the World War II era. It's really awesome. There's a fantastical history series where what if fantasy creatures and races and concepts were real in our history? How would the world look different? What would be different about it? There's that and so much more on that channel. My own readings, everything there. Please go check it out. I know you won't be disappointed if you like anything writing. Please check it out. Please subscribe to it. Would love that. Thank you guys so much. Now, I want to take this opportunity to thank a couple of very important people. Some friends of mine who do some awesome art for this channel. Their names are Hannah and Jay. Hannah and Jay are not just artists, guys. They're phenomenal artists, and they're also phenomenal friends. Hannah and I have known each other for a very long time. We met just before I started college, and she started making art for me and my stuff out of friendliness, but over time our friendship grew, and now we are very close. We talk all the time. We're always enriching each other. I've helped her in her spiritual walk a whole lot, and she's helped support me through some very difficult times. You'll notice if you see any of my thumbnails and you see this girl in the thumbnail with brown hair and green eyes and different outfits but a similar art style, that's probably Hannah, because Hannah likes to draw me as a girl all the time. It's because of an inside joke between the two of us, and also She just prefers drawing female designs, and I don't mind. It's kind of fun. In fact, in one stream not too long ago, my community was challenging her to draw Claire, that's the female name for myself, I guess, the female character, to draw her in these different outfits and designs, and Hannah has made a whole list of stuff to do, so expect more of that in the future. But more than just that, she's a phenomenal friend and someone I genuinely respect and love to spend time with. You've been looking at her art going across the screen, but you can definitely check out more of her art at her Instagram, Hooked Rose. Check that out. Link will be in the description. Hannah, thank you so much. And then there's Jay. Jay and I haven't known each other as long as I've known Hannah, but I feel like I've known him forever because he is just such a great friend and looks out for me so much, and I look out for him. We're what's called accountability partners, which means that as young Christian men, we help enrich each other and lift each other up whenever we're down or having struggles in our faith. And there is no one my age that I've ever met who has a stronger faith than Jay. And he's just such a happy person. If you ever talk to the guy, he always sounds so excited, so happy, so friendly. He wants to be your buddy. He wants to lift you up, which is crazy because he's gone through a rough patch lately. He's gone through a lot of rough things right now, but he's such an awesome guy. And as an artist, he's second to none. He is actually a professional artist. He does comic books. He draws comics professionally. It's what he does. You're seeing a lot of his art. You can see he's an excellent artist, and he does take commissions. He has an Instagram. Go reach out to him. I'm leaving that link in the description if you would like to support him, because that's his main line of income, guys. It's what he does for money. Go check him out. Go ask for a commission. I'm sure he'd love to talk to you. Jay is just awesome like that. Hannah and Jay, you're more than the artist for this channel. You are my best friends. Thank you guys so much. But before I go, there's another friend I want to shout out. They haven't drawn art for me, granted, but they have been a really great friend to me lately, and that is Havok. Now, Havok needs no introduction. If you know For Honor, you probably know Havok. Considered one of the greatest Warden players of all time, I would say, and someone who recently showed up on the last Warriors Den of For Honor. Havok is a fantastic For Honor player and a fantastic YouTuber in general. When I first started as a content creator for Honor, Havok was one of my favorite content creators. Probably my actual favorite. I think he's probably the best. Just the way he plays, just the attitude he has. It's so awesome. And lately, he has become a very good friend of mine. He has lifted me up and really helped me and supported me as I've gone through this YouTube career. And it would be out of place for me not to give him a shout out because of all he's done. If you guys have not subscribed to Havok, well, come out from under your rock and go ahead and do that. Havok is awesome like that. Definitely go subscribe to the guy. He is very much worth it. So, with all that out of the way, we've thanked everybody. We've gotten through all the shill. Let's get into what you're here for. Let's talk about updates. So, many of you ask me all the time, what is my streaming schedule like? Y'all know that I do a lot of streams. What kind of streaming schedule can we expect in the month of March? Actually, that's a great question because I'm not 100% sure yet. March is going to be a little weird, mostly because I expect my management work to get even more crazy. I'm what's called a service professional at Longhorns, which is kind of an assistant manager position, and I expect myself to be even more busy this coming month because there's a lot of stuff going on this month that we need to be prepared for. So I don't know how available I'll be to do streams, but here's what I'm expecting. Wednesdays will be Lark streams. Lark is currently playing Shadow of War. Every Wednesday night he will be playing that, whether I'm here or not, so definitely look forward to that. Lark does that on Wednesdays. Friday nights are dedicated to For Honor. I'm trying to get Friday nights free so that I can do that every week, but Friday nights as a rule are dedicated to For Honor. Saturdays or Tuesdays will be Batman streams. I'm currently playing through the Arkham series. We're on Arkham City. We're going to try to make that a Saturday or Tuesday thing. I know that I'll have at least one of those nights off. I don't know which. I'm aiming for Saturdays, but if it doesn't go that way, it'll probably be Tuesday. Sundays are dedicated to Persona 5. I want my Sundays off because that's church day, okay? I want that off, okay? That's my rest day, okay? But Sunday nights are going to be dedicated to Persona 5, and Monday nights, all right, so let's get this out of the way. Last stream, as of the recording of this, we had a bit of an incident during one of my chill and read streams, and it got a little out of hand, and it made me wonder if I should continue that series. I am leaning on continuing it. So, and of course I'll let you know if anything changes. So, Monday nights are chill and read streams. There may be some changes to the way we do it, but Monday nights are chill and read streams. So that is currently my streaming schedule that I have set up. It is subject to change. March is going to be weird, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So let's get into the personal stuff. Let's get into the, serious viscera. So just recently we buried my grandfather. If y'all noticed, these last few days I've been kind of out of it, a little emotional, sometimes. Largely because we just buried my grandmother and grandfather together in St. Matthews, South Carolina. It was a big thing. My aunt and my mom read the eulogy. My uncle sang the benediction, and I was asked to read the scripture at his gravesite. It was very heavy. It was emotional for my family. I want to thank all of you for your patience and support, especially Havok and Hannah, who I mentioned earlier, who checked in on me regularly and offered support during that hard period of time. I owe you both a great deal. But that is now behind us, and I'm trying to move on, but it's a slow process, you know, that grieving, you know, it takes some time, but just understand that's what's been going on with me. Don't worry, I'm getting over it. We're moving on. We will go through it. Like, he wouldn't want me to grieve the rest of my life, you know, so I'm going to keep moving on. Like I said, management training is going to be nuts. You know, I'm going through my management stuff. It's going to be a crazy thing this month. Just know that I don't know what it's going to do to content updates and streaming. It won't kill the channel entirely, but it will slow things down. So just bear with me on that. And the other big personal thing coming up is a friend from mine from China contacted me the other day and said that she may be flying back into America and would like to see me in South Carolina if she could. And she and I were great friends in college. I would love to see her again. Now, here's the thing. She doesn't know much about my YouTube channel. She knows that I have a YouTube channel, but she doesn't know much about it. If I can get her to say a few lines or come in and speak for us at some point, I would love to do that. So let her know that she's very much welcome to do that. She's very shy, though. I don't know if she'll be willing to, but I'll talk to her. We'll see. But if she does get to come by, that'd be awesome this month. I'd love that. Now, let's get on to the gaming stuff, because y'all want to hear about that, right? Before we get into For Honor, because that's usually our first thing, let's talk about some new games that I will be playing on this channel. That are one of which has come out, two of which are coming out this month. As you can see from the footage, I'm playing Helldivers 2, which is a very fun game. I'm having a great time playing it, so I don't know what kind of content I'll be able to release. Maybe it'll just be background content, but me and Lark have been loving this game. It's so much fun. Definitely get it. We've been having a ball playing it. Then, of course, coming out this month is Rise of the Ronin, and Battlefront 2, the good one, is coming back to PlayStation 5. Both of those games I'll be playing a lot of. I've been excited for Rise of the Ronin ever since I saw its trailer, so I'm very looking forward to playing that. I will definitely do some content on that. And Battlefront 2, I mean, guys, we've got to capture some command posts. Am I right? Let's do this. This is going to be awesome. So I've got some new games coming to the channel that I'm going to be excited to play. I will let you guys know more about that once the games come out and I get some time to play them and I can figure out what I can do. But I am so excited. But you know what else I'm excited for? I'm excited for what's coming to For Honor, guys. Year 8. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for Year 8. This is going to be a blast. I will be releasing a video soon about my hopes and expectations for the year, so look forward to that. I am going to talk about what I am excited for Year 8. I also, I want to say this. I've heard a lot of people talk about, man, I don't know what For Honor's going to be doing, man. I don't know what they're doing. Like, this is so messed up. I'm not excited for For Honor. I have a lot of confidence in For Honor, especially in its future. I hope y'all will join me as we pursue an 8th year, okay? I find that being pessimistic and down never gets you anywhere. You have to try to stay optimistic, and I am very excited that we're even getting a Year 8, let alone what we're going to see in it. We're going to see some remade maps to accommodate Dominion. We're going to see 2 new heroes. We're going to see some hero reworks. I'm excited, okay? I think this is going to be really cool. Now, I've had a lot of people asking me about when I'm going to do my Universal Executions graded. The problem with doing those is I grade for realism, and a lot of the Universal Executions are not realistic. Like, they are based on fantasy stuff. So I need to figure out a way to make the Universal Executions fair while still removing that criteria. So give me some time. Me and Lark are discussing it. I may also be doing some theme songs for the hero skins. As y'all may know, I do theme songs for each hero, and I thought maybe I could do some for the hero skins. Just a thought. So I'll let you know how that goes. And now Legends. Let's talk about Legends. I just recently did a how to make a Legend video, and I created Akamura Kimiko and Shinobi. What do y'all think of her? Should I make an official video on her? Because I enjoyed making that. That was a lot of fun. And would you like me to do more video making like that on the channel? Would you like me to do more like original Legend building on the channel? Let me know in the comments. I would love your thoughts on that. Now, while we're still talking about Legends, I want to ask a serious question. Do you want a part 2 to the Julia Naito story? It was the To Slay Demons story, where it was kind of an amalgamation of Julia's story, Richard Blackthorne's story, Bao Shin's story, Ruth's story, all of that. I had a mixed response for that story. Like, there was a lot of mixed responses. Some people said that they liked it. A lot of other people said that they didn't like it because it didn't really feel like a legend for her, but more just an amalgamation. If y'all didn't enjoy the story, I'll just leave it there. I won't do any more. Would you like to see more of that story? Let me know. Would you like a more constrained and focused story on Julia Naito? Would you prefer that? Just let me know. I understand either way. I just want to hear your thoughts. Please let me know down in the comment section below, and I will do that. And then finally, the last thing I'll say about For Honor is For Honor and Glory. I am working on the story. I'm getting the next chapter done soon. I don't know if it'll be done this month. Just with everything going on this month, I have no idea, but I will be working on it, so look forward to that. For Honor, so excited for what's coming next year, man. Year 8 is going to be a blast. I'm so excited. And yes, before I forget, March 7th is the Warriors Den, I believe. I will be doing a live response. Come by and check it out. We're going to see what Year 8 has in store. All right, let's move on from For Honor and go into Dead by Daylight. All right, so I am working on Felix Richter and the Blight now for the Dead by Daylight Analyze series. I've never played much of Felix or the Blight. I know that when I play the Blight, I have a lot of trouble. And when I play Felix, I think his perks are pretty cool. I'm just about ready to release Felix's video. I just need to get the footage. And the Blight, I've already played a few matches with the Blight. I had one successful match. The rest have been destroyed. So we'll have to see how that goes. But it may be slow coming. Now, yes, many of you may know who play Dead by Daylight that a new killer and a new survivor have been revealed. And both are pretty cool. I've noticed that a lot of people talk about the new killer, the Unknown. Are y'all not realizing that that's a reference to The Thing? Like, that's John Carpenter's The Thing? Come on, The Unknown, The Thing. The name itself is a dead giveaway. Its design and the way it does its mori is a dead giveaway. Come on, it's a thing. You can admit it. I'll admit it. It's the thing. And I also like the design for the Survivor. I'm not too into goth chicks, but hey, if you can rock it and she rocks it, you rock it, okay? She looks pretty good. What I really love is the new map called Greenville Square. My grandparents lived in Greenville, South Carolina, so what you're trying to say? I know, there are lots of Greenvilles. I'm just having fun. On new notes, my Dead by Daylight Moments series will become a thing. What I've been doing is whenever I play a game and I have an interesting or weird moment, I like to record it and then release it for you guys to see, and that sometimes happens in Dead by Daylight, so look forward to more of that. I really do want to make more of those kind of videos, so be excited for that. Dead by Daylight's going to be a lot of fun. All right, let's move on to Assassin's Creed Ranked. Okay, I've had a lot of people ask me, when am I going to finish Valhalla? When am I going to get that done? It feels like it's been forever, and I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I just don't want to play Valhalla. I just don't. Every time I touch the game, I'm like, oh, I hate this game. It's so irritating. I'm so bored of it. It's so awful. The narrative is terrible. But I promised I would do it. Lark has said many times, hey man, do you want me to do it for you? Do you want it? No, I started this beast. I will finish it before the end of the year. That is my promise. Hold me to it. Hold me to it. Okay? But I will finish it. Next up, speaking of Lark's Lamentations. There are going to be 2 Lamentations on the way. One from Lark and one from me. See, Lark was saying how he feels bad that he takes so much time on his Lamentations, he can only release like once every few months. So he wanted my help. So right now, Lark is working on the Guilds of Skyrim for his next Lamentations, which is going to be a long one, let me tell you. And I will be working on a Lamentation on Hogwarts. Yeah, I'm going to hit Hogwarts, he's going to hit Skyrim. It's going to be crazy. We're going to do a double team on the Lamentations. It's going to be a lot of fun. So look forward to that coming up. He just recently did a Lamentations on the Vanderlyn gang, which came out very well, I must say. So go check that out. Check out his stuff. My brother's actually a pretty smart guy. I think you guys will like it. And now let's talk Rainbow Six Siege, cringe, win, all that fun stuff. All right, so Year 9 has been announced and revealed for Rainbow Six Siege. I do play Rainbow Six Siege a little. I'm not very good at the game. I'm not going to make much content for it. The only thing I'll do in terms of content for Rainbow Six Siege is the occasional funny Rainbow Six Siege moment that I have and me talking about the lore. And let me say this about the lore. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of what they've done. And I did a whole video talking about why I'm not a fan of what they did. Check out my recent Rainbow Six Cringe video to learn more. But let me say this about Rainbow Six Siege. I just think this is funny. I've heard a lot of Rainbow Six Siege fans say that Rainbow Six Siege is better than For Honor, and you can prove it because every year Rainbow Six Siege gets 4 new operators, whereas For Honor only gets 2 new heroes. Well, I looked at the roadmap for Year 9 of Rainbow Six Cringe, and guess what? You only get 2 heroes. Wah, wah. In all seriousness, no, I don't hate Rainbow Six Siege. It's just not my kind of game. I can enjoy aspects of it. I can enjoy some of the character designs and gadgets and playstyle, but overall, it's not my thing. So anyone who wants to see me do more content on it, let me know in the comments, but I don't think I'm going to do much content on it. All right, response videos. Keep sending your material to me. I actually get sent material all the time on my Discord about response videos to make. I recently got sent a video from Asmongold that people wanted me to respond to. I'm still in the process of watching it, and yeah, it's pretty cringe. I will admit the logic behind it is ludicrous, but I don't know if I'll do a response video to it. I don't know if it's worth it, but regardless, I always do look at the stuff that y'all send me. Would love to take a look at more stuff. If it's a video, an article, what have you, and you think I could respond to it, definitely send it to me and I'll give it a look, and I'll make the decision on whether or not I respond. But I will always look. That's the thing. I will always take a look no matter what, okay? So I promise that. Check out more of my response videos. I love making them. And I think that about does it. But before we can go, you know what time it is. I'll do the jingle.
I've seen unspeakable horrors, and I know pain. It's time for the question of the day.
That's right, guys. It's time for the question of the day. Woo! I am excited to do this. I love doing the question of the day. It's my favorite thing to do. And I, again, want to keep this video under 30 minutes. And I think we're a little over halfway, so let's try to get through this. But after reading through all the questions that you guys sent me, there were 3 that I want to answer today. There are 3 that I want to answer because they were very good questions, so let's get through them. Starting off with Laboj or Labaj, and all your years of life, what is the experience that marked you and changed your way of seeing things? Ooh. That's a good question. That is a very good question and a complicated question because it depends on what you mean by changing my way of seeing things. Like, do you mean spiritually? Do you mean creatively, artistically? What have you? Like, what do you mean by changing my way of seeing things? Because I could point to a lot of things. I could point to the day I got mugged, which changed my view on self-defense and how I wanted to learn martial arts to protect myself. If you mean writing, that would be when I was in college and I did my literary analysis class and I got to meet one of the greatest professors of all time in terms of literature who taught me just how much to appreciate good writing and good storytelling and really made me learn to analyze literature so much better. If it was spiritually, that would be when I was a kid and I went to Camp McCall. I was like in middle school or high school at the time, and even though I was baptized as a kid, I didn't really know much about scripture or the Bible or God, and so I didn't really understand what it meant to be a Christian. But at this camp, I grew in a love and appreciation for the mountains, for nature, for God. I was rebaptized and recommitted. I turned my life around for God, or at least did my best to. I still make mistakes, obviously, but I really came to appreciate God there. So there are lots of ways in which my life has been altered. But Laboj, if you could hit me up in the comments or on Discord and specify what you mean, I would be glad to answer in more detail. But right now, that's the best I can offer. So I hope that helps. Next is Lionheart Gaming. Any advice on how to write a good romance plot? Well, Lionheart, that is a good question. I do have a series on my second channel that I mentioned for the Ravens Writing Room where I talk about stuff like that. But I will answer your question here because I don't think I've gone into detail on romance. And the reason why is because I'm not great at writing romance, or at least I don't think I'm great at writing romance. But I would say this, with writing a good romance plot, the question I would ask is the romance going to be a side plot in your story? Or is it the main plot? Like, are you writing a romance story? Are you writing something where the romance is the key feature of the story, or is it just a side thing? Because I don't think I've ever written a full-on romance story, but I have written romance as a side plot. And what I try to do when I write romance is I try to focus on 2 things. First is the conflict in love, like what is it the 2 lovers are trying to overcome to stay together? And 2, what is the nature of the relationship starting out and by the end? How do we see this progression? I look at romance and love itself as a constant journey. I don't believe in love at first sight. Okay, I believe in lust at first sight. I believe you can be aroused or attracted to someone at first sight, but I don't believe in love at first sight. Love is something that you gradually come into and fall into, you know? That's why it's called falling into love. It's a gradual descent into love, in a good way. And so I try to look at the journey of romance. Like, what journey do these 2 lovers go on? What obstacles get in the way? Is it family? Is it societal expectations? Like, I wrote a story at one point about a young African-American woman and a white cop who fell in love, and there were lots of issues there between the 2 sides of their lives and how their families and how their jobs didn't like what they were trying to do. Very much a star-crossed lovers kind of story. And I had a lot of fun writing that. I still need to finish that. It was a 3-part short story. I haven't finished writing it. I need to finish that. But I hope that helped you, Lionheart Gaming. If you need more advice, let me know in Discord or in the comments section. And then finally, Tech Girl. If you could identify as one hero from DC Comics, who would it be and why? Now, that's a great question, and I like it because I was a DC kid growing up. I mean, I knew Marvel, but I only knew, like, Spider-Man, and that was the only one I cared about until the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But DC was my jam. I loved Wonder Woman. I loved Superman. I loved Batman. I loved The Flash. I loved Green Lantern. I loved Martian Manhunter. I loved Hawkgirl. I loved Zatanna Zatara. God, Zatanna, okay, I had a crush on her as a kid, I admit it. But anyway, back to the point. If I could pick one hero from DC Comics to identify with, this is going to sound cliche, but I would say Batman. And there's a reason why. Because Batman, I think, really solidified my view of what a hero is. You know, Batman isn't a superpowered human. I mean, he's definitely the pinnacle or beyond the peak of human abilities, no doubt. But here's the thing. When I think about what makes a hero, like if you were to ask me who I prefer, Superman or Batman, I would say Batman because of what it means to be a hero. For me, hero means self-sacrifice for the service of others. And here's my example. If someone pulls a gun and shoots a woman, and Superman flies in the way of it, you know that bullet's not going to bother him. Unless it's a kryptonite bullet, it's not going to bother him. It's just going to bounce off of him. No risk. If Batman jumps in the way of that woman, now there's a risk. Yes, so in some iterations he has body armor. But what if the body armor fails? What if he's not wearing armor? What if he's still in his Bruce Wayne cosplay? You know, what if he's not wearing his suit? See, that's the thing. That's the difference. Batman has to make that choice to make the self-sacrifice. And that, to me, solidifies how I view heroes. You know, someone who makes the sacrifice for others. And that is never an easy thing to do. And for me, I've gone through a lot in my life, like a lot of very difficult stuff. But one thing that I will never regret are some of the sacrifices I've made for people that I care about. If you want to know the truth about me, if there's one thing that I hate being used. I hate when people take advantage of me and use my generosity for their own ends. Because here's the thing, we're taught in the Bible to give generously without expecting anything in return, and I do that. But there are people who I know who want to befriend me just so they can use my generous spirit and then drop me like a sack of potatoes, you know? And I hate when people do that. It really hurts. But for my real friends, for the people out there that I really care about, I will always make sacrifices. I will always go above and beyond as best as I can, you know? And I get a lot of that from learning from heroes like Batman, who is willing to go above and beyond for people even if they don't deserve it. Like, you know, one of the crazy things, I know that people criticize Batman all the time for his no-kill policy, but I look at it a different way. Look, I get it. The Joker and characters like him, I don't blame Batman for that. I blame Gotham's Justice Department. Just execute him. Like, put him on the electric chair. That's what I say. But regardless of that, that's not my point. One thing that I love is Batman, not like Spider-Man the more I think about it, wants to see some of his killers redeemed. Like, some of his villains redeemed, you know? Like, I love the episode of the animated series where Harley tries to turn her life around. Like, I thought that was real. I thought that, you know, some characters that could really use a turnaround were characters like Poison Ivy or Two-Face, you know, characters who were good people at one point, but had their whole lives corrupted by an accident or by something beyond their control. I kind of wanted to see, like, more of that kind of stuff. And I think that's cool that Batman doesn't kill them because he wants to try to help them. Now, some people I think are beyond help, but still. And that's something that I identify with and connect with in a real way. But that's just me. I hope that answered your question. I really had fun with this update video, guys. And did we need it? Yes, I believe we did it. So thank you guys so much for watching today. I really, really appreciate y'all coming to watch these videos. Again, go check out Hannah, Jay, and Havok. Their links will be in the description. Go check out my second channel. Would love for you to see that. That link is in the description. And if you want to support the channel, Patreon and Teespring, both links are in the description. Lots of links in the description, guys. Lots of links. So definitely go check it out. Would love for you guys to continue supporting the channel. Guys, let's make March awesome, okay? Let's get ready for Year 8 of For Honor, some new games coming out. Let's really just make this the best we can possibly be, okay, guys? I'm excited. I hope you're excited, too. And as always, guys, I will see you in my next video. Take care.